Today is Wednesday, February 11th, and this is your forecast for the northeastern United States. Yesterday, a bit of a thaw for the first time in over 2 weeks for some spots. It got above freezing, but now we've got cold air coming back in. That's resulting in some lake effect snow near the Great Lakes, but just kind of a cold, windy day everywhere else. And that includes in New York City. Now, as you head out the door this morning, compared to where we were, this may not seem all that bad. There's still already a pretty good gusty wind out of the west. But as we go into the afternoon, that wind is even more gusty, gusting 25 miles per hour, even close to 30. So that 40 is going to feel more like 30 and then dropping off because the temperatures are going to start turning colder, so it will feel cold and blustery into this evening. As we look around the Northeast, 35 today in Albany, 34 in Syracuse, and that actually was the early morning low. We've fallen back since then. We'll spend most of the day in western and central New York in the 20s, and that's the cold air that's pushing south toward New York City for later on tonight. So by tomorrow morning, we're looking at 27. So tomorrow morning will be 10 degrees colder than this morning, and we're still going to have the wind, so it's going to feel even colder than that. Only 18 in Albany tomorrow morning, 17 for both Syracuse and Buffalo, with some areas of lake effect snow. Looks like the lake effect snow will really pick up tonight and into the overnight hours and early tomorrow morning. So a good coating to even as much as 6 inches of snow across parts of central and western New York. So that's the cold air that's coming in the wake of that cold front. So we got that little brief thaw there yesterday. Now things are turning colder for us. But a lot of the country is warming up as the jet stream becomes what we call zonal, which is just a fancy way of saying it's moving from west to east. Without any, big ups and downs in the jet streams, we don't see as many extremes in this type of weather pattern. So I think what we're going to see is overall a weather pattern that's kind of putting temperatures near normal for most of the country. So look at this. This is something a lot better than what we've had the last couple of weeks. Temperatures in New York City in the upper 30s the next couple of days. It looks like we actually be up near 40 here through the weekend and maybe even some low 40s early next week. Now, there are some signs, I'm going to say this, that at the end of February into the start of March, it could turn pretty cold again. March may come in like a lion, as they say, but we'll see how that all plays out in the coming weeks. That's your Wednesday morning weather update. I hope everyone has a great rest of the week. Remember that as long as you want there to be, there will always be a 100% chance of good things.